Well, I didn't realise we'd run on for so long in the last episode. So we're on to 11, and I've got my cup of tea. Sorry, it's backwards. I know that's annoying for some people. Oh, it's backwards there too. Um, anyway, where were we? Let's get down onto the build board. Our nose pieces. So the glue everywhere is nice and dry. All that CA glue on the edge, that's worked an absolute treat. Yeah, I'm liking that. So let's pop our skin onto our nose. Oh no, so tacky that is. Not in the tacky sense, but how it grips very well. There we go. I'm just going to use the back of the knife to press the material down into place. I'm going to get rid of that, tuck that white edge in so we don't see it. It's working quite well actually. The pressure you can get from the side of the knife is quite adequate. You can see how well that all grips on. It's all good. Just shaping as I go. Okay, now we need our last piece of the hatch to go in. So I'm going to mark the center of that, just using the center of the hole for the magnet. Sorry, concentrating, can't talk and do at the same time. Typical bloke. And then I want to position that on the plastic, the edge of the plastic. There we go. Okay. So, shall we try it? Shall we test? Let's just bring those sides in. Because of that, the plastic mesh that we've got inside, you can bend this around now and it stays in place. Nice. So, okay, let's bring her on. I think we have a hatch that fits rather well. Here we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. That looks pretty good to me. Maybe that could go further in a bit. And of course, now that's all set, it'd be difficult to get off. So what I'm going to do is get the lighter fluid out. Just loosen that up a bit and then pull it back. somewhat. I think the mistake I made was that I overhung the plastic part, the P33, overhung the lattice plastic. And I think that's probably created that extra barrier for it to sit back appropriately. So, loose yet? No. We did use quite a lot of glue, so there's a lot of glue to be loosened here. I'm just putting that into. There we go. That's it. Let's come off now. Okay. So fluid that. So that's out. Just cleaning up the existing yoo-hoo that was there. And we'll let the lighter fluid flash off. Add a little more of the yoo-hoo. And then redo its position. So just once again, I'm just going to touch this into position. And draw it away and let it set a while. Something on there. So let that set for a while, get rid of the lighter fluid. And then whilst that's doing, let's move on. Now, in the previous SE5a build, we used this 2mm or 2mm Depron we used these parts here to create the mine's gone blank. The rocker covers. There we go. The rocker covers on the motor, the engine. The obviously not the real ones. These are just mock-ups of them. This stuff, the 2mm stuff, you can use to do it, but it's quite hard to sand into a decent shape. So in this Type 2 kit, we've actually provided 1mm parts to do exactly the same, but obviously twice as many because it's 1mm. So they're labelled A, B, and C. So there should be 4 C's, 4 A's, and 4 B's. And you just stick 2 of each together. So that should give you in total 6 parts. And they stack up in a certain sequence that you then sand to create the rocker covers. If you know the SE5a, you know that it has 2 very distinct, excuse me, cup of tea, 2 very distinct lumps, which are the rocker covers either side of the nose. And off of those you have the exhaust manifold and the exhaust that goes way off towards the back of the aircraft. So that's the part we're creating at the moment. So let's just cut our parts out. They're actually on the bits that you receive. They're scored, and you just got to finish off cutting them out by just running your knife through the scored areas. Each one of them has a printed label on it, so hopefully they don't get confused. So we've got our C's there. A's. B's. There we go. So just lightly open up that score, and I should just be able to fold that over. There we go, we can glue that together. So we just glue all of the parts. So 2 A's, 2 B's and 2 C's stacked together. I'm using the glue and dry technique once again. Transfer the glue from one part to the other. These are the only ones we cut in half, so let's do that. Okay, so put all these together. A's, B's, and C's. There we go. So we have an ABC and an ABC. Now we glue these together, and this should be in the manual. Show you how to do it, but literally what you do is you keep the bottom flush like so, and then you stack them up so that they all form a bit of an angle running down. So let's just apply the glue to do that. Transfer that onto B, like so. Bring that apart. Let go. That's probably good enough now. Stack that, making sure that they sit flush at the one end, and obviously stack equally from side to side. Let's just put some on for C. Part, there we go. And do the same on the other stack too. Let's get the A and the B together. Might be skewed. C2. There we go. Sure they're all stacked. Just pushing it down onto the board. So, oh yeah, just finish the C onto the B. There we go. So we've got 2 stacks now. So we'll let those set. Just make sure they're nice and squished together. And let's just finish off our hatch. So we've got our center point, we've got our notch. We're going to just bring that a little bit further back on the plastic. It's not overhanging this time. Go. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, even better, even better. Yeah, that's a glorious fit. I'm very happy with that. Good. Oh, those magnets are such tiny things. They're so powerful. So powerful. Okay, so onto the exhaust stacks. So each one of these will sit on, you can see the little area that's been allocated for them. So each one sits with that angle so it points out. But there's some shaping needed for this part. And once again, it'll be shown very clearly in the manual. But essentially, the area that comes into contact with the side of the hatch needs to be sanded back, so that there needs to be sanded so that it's smooth, provides good surface for the adhesion onto the hatch itself, which with this 1mm stuff is it sands beautifully. It's very good. But as we know from all the papering and chamfering and all of that sort of thing, so let's just check that out. So there we go. That's a nice sort of smooth surface to attach to that side there. And the other thing we need to do is we need to round off these edges here and here. And obviously we'll do the same with the other side. So let's just take this down. What I'll do, I'll just stand in a bit of a 45° and then start rounding that off. Just checking it all the time. Don't want to sand too much. And then once we've done that, these get decorated with a sticker that wraps around it to create the illusion of the tops of the engine block. Yeah, we're getting there. Yep. Well, I think we'll stop that there. I'm just going to take the sharp edges off. Not too much though. Go, so that will sit there. Like so. Let's finish off this one. And then once we've done both, we can compare the two to make sure that they are equal. Otherwise, they'll look a bit funny. Cramping hand, holding such small items so firmly. No jokes, thank you. Okay, let's have a look. Pretty similar. Let's getting rid of the dust on them. Obviously, having dust on them doesn't really help when you're applying a sticker. And here we have them. So this is S31. both of them use an S31. No real difference. Yep, I'm happy with those. Let's just check the sticker front that they're going to fit. Yep. Yep, that's looking good. So let's carefully peel off one of these stickers. Wow. Apart from the prop stickers, these are the last ones. We are making progress. Now, with the side portions on the sticker, it's always worth being very careful to take it off so it doesn't rip. There we go. So let's very gently add the sticker to the part. Let's check. Put it centrally, yep. And then wrap that sticker over the curve we've created, nice and evenly. There we go. And then fold those side parts over. There we go. That's a pretty good fit, although the sticker could be a little bit longer to come all the way to there. Or what I could do is just sand a little more material out of the way, very carefully, so I don't harm the sticker. If I create enough material sanded away, then that will butt up against the nose without any of that white material showing. What I will do is extend that sticker slightly, and what I'm going to do on mine is just add a little bit of Sharpie to the edge there. Okay. Good. So I'll just try the sticker on this. Actually, I've just noticed that's sanded at a slight angle, so I just need to take some off this side. A little bit more. That's good. Using the old fingernail trick for pulling the sticker around a little bit, bringing the parts, the sticker edges closer together, closing up any gaps there may be. Join. Maybe just adding a little carefully. That's good. Loving it, loving it. Good. Okay, sticker number 2. Let's bring that down. Just going to peel that back off. I think this part could do with a little taking off. Just, I mean, a teeniest bit too wide for the sticker. Let's try that again. I could think we could take a little bit more off. Another go. And fold the ends in. Yeah, taking that little bit extra off the edge actually has helped somewhat. We've still got a little bit of edge there, so that sticker will definitely get extended. Just add my little bit of black Sharpie. Okay. Now, on each of these, there are 4 little cut-out holes in the sticker that obviously come away with the sticker, but you can pop them out with your knife. He said. Oh, that is quite fiddly. Yeah. Microaces kit without a bit of fiddle. Now, where each of these is the location that the exhaust manifold goes into the engine. So what we need to do is just pop the knife in each of these, perpendicular to its surface, like so. Just open it up a bit, so when we attach the exhaust, it's going to be easy to push the prongs in that secure into this part. So like so, there we go. Same on the other side. Well, that one came out easier. Maybe I'm just getting the technique right. Good. Yeah, well, that's how to do it. And just pop the knife in. Excellent. Right. Now let's get these attached to the hatch. Still want this bent around a little bit more, so it sits nice and flush. But you see now it's flattened here more. It's not pulling out too much. Seems to have some sort of twist on it, so I'm just going to just grapple with it for a little while just to make sure that that's better. There we go. Right, let's get some glue on these light patches. And once again, just bring those to bear, like so. With that, do the same on this side. Is correct. I'm just putting my finger inside to provide a little outward pressure as I press in. Same on this side. I can use the knife to provide a little extra pushing power. Okay. Excellent. So there we go. A little more realism. Pop that on like so. Now let's, we might as well add the exhausts as well. And these are pretty simple things, lightweight and flexible. Don't damage particularly, because of course they've also got to come off with the hatch. So we have those stickers. P21, P22. Now, obviously, on the original aircraft, these are obviously secured down the fuselage, but on ours, they are loose, but look effective. So they come off with the hatch. Now, hopefully, you have some carbon fibre left. Those little strips that we used for the struts, undercarriage, etc., and obviously for the wing bracing. And what we're going to do is use the leftovers that we have to reinforce our exhaust pipe, just by running it on the inside. Now I've got, which is this I've got here, got about just over, or just under 11 centimeters. So I used saying that, now I've got more left. So let's just run one piece. Come on. Run that to about there. So let's get an equal sized piece. Just use whatever you've got left or available on hand, just to stiffen up the, as you can see at the moment, they're quite flexible and curved. So what I'm going to do is add a strip. Just to create some stiffness. So, and I'm not going to take it right to the front of the exhaust on the manifold there. I'm actually going to start it a little way down, because obviously that's attached to, or will be attached to the engine block. So there you can see where I've positioned it. Like so, and I'll do the same on the other exhaust. And just run it down the middle, like so. A little squidging out, but There you go. And the other thing we need to do is obviously we'd like these exhausts to sit flat against the side of the aircraft, but obviously our manifolds are sticking out at let's say 60 degrees or so. So we need to, each one of these prongs that on the exhaust, or the outlets I should say, being technical, needs to be bent in slightly at the point where it meets the main manifold, like so. The same goes on the other side, obviously bending in the opposite way to mirror the other exhaust. So that's all bent in like that. Let's remove the hatch because we need that. Then each one of these prongs should push into those little holes that we've opened up for them. So like so. Now obviously we'd like to get those glued in. So a little bit of a curve there. I want to bring that out slightly. So let's just get my knife in there and push a little way towards the front. Just opening up that slot a little bit. Go. And we won't get any distortion. So let's pop a little drop of Yoo-hoo on each of these. It's quite a lot. Okay. A bit too much there. And there we go. So there we have a little exhaust, and although it's flat, obviously we've got some artwork on there that gives a more of an impression of a curved surface. So from certain angles, and certainly sort of sitting on the shelf, it's quite effective. Okay, let's do the other side. Okay, let's pop some glue on those. It's a little bit too much. Go. Slotting those in. And there we have it. So I now want to try and make sure both of them are parallel. That looks fine. And the idea is that, let's see there, and they sit down the side of the fuselage. That this one here is a little bit far away from the fuselage at the moment, so just lift this off. Just make some adjustments to how it's sitting. brings it closer in. So there we go. So what's left to do? We need to put the control horns, and basically it's all about the controls now. Getting the electronics in, getting the tail hooked up, getting the control horns onto the tail so we can hook up the controls to it, and then getting the motor in and the prop on, and then I think we're pretty much there. Fantastic stuff. Well, we'll leave that for the next installment. But until then, thank you very much for watching.